Have you ever read this Isha Upanishad before? Some of you may have read. Who have read Isha Upanishad before? Please.
I have read little bit of it. At least maybe like 4 slokas out of the 13.
Sir, that's right. Anyone? Raise your hand.
Yeah, Maharaj, we did it long time ago when we were in Malaysia. We used to have a study group, and we used to study among ourselves.
I see. Good. Okay. Anyone have heard the name of the Isha Upanishad? Acha, good. Sri knew and Nandita knew. Yeah, of course you have read. Maybe we have turned. So where is your Chaya Didi? She is not being found here.
Yeah, that is the tragedy. We were trying to do something. And she got knocked out.
I see.
And so otherwise I have to not probably go and reset the whole thing, restart the whole thing, and then everybody will be out again. And then they have to rejoin.
Oh. Okay, at least you can join.
So let me reach out to her. In the meantime, you can continue on.
Let me try.
Yes, just 1 minute. Yes. Resend to her. Just maybe another option. Just resend to her.
Yes, I did that maybe a couple of times, and it won't allow her to enter it because
maybe to a different email account. If she has a different email account.
Yes, that's what I'm going to ask her right now. So let me do that.
Okay, so let us start and you try that way. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. So this is the verse, this is the chant, it's called peace chant. For every Upanishad has certain chants. This is the chant for Isha Upanishad. Its meaning you all know. Purnam Ada, this is the ultimate philosophy of Vedanta is given in this verse. Purnam Ada, that which is visible, that is Ada, Idam. Idam is this. Ada is that which is invisible. So that spiritual entity, that reality, which are beyond the ken of our sense perception, our eyes cannot see, our mind cannot reach, that is Purna. It is full. It is saturated with that Brahman. So, Ada Purnam. Ada means that which is beyond the name and form, that is full with Brahman, full with consciousness, full with the divine. And Purnamidam, this, what you see, look around what you see. The men, women, trees, plants, sun, moon, stars, galaxies, all these things which are visible through the 5 senses, as also which is visible through the instruments we have created. All this universe, Idam, is also full, means it is also saturated with that Brahman. Purnamada, Purnamidam. So that's why, so Idam and Ada, 2 things comes to our mind about the reality. What we see And what is something which is beyond our perception, beyond our knowledge, beyond our grip? So this idam and ada, both are charged with that spirituality. It is filled with that. Purna. Purna means, in Sanskrit word, all of us know, it is all that infinite. Purna means a cup is full of water. We call Purna. The cup is full of water. Meaning there is no room, so-called you call cup. There is full means you pour something more, it just goes out. So Purna means nothing can be added to that. Purna means which has no beginning, no end, no middle, no bottom, no top. It is only that. It is full. Full means simple understanding. Cup full, a glass full of water. So, and this glass is visible, so you can say it is full with water. But glass, outside the glass, there are infinite space. So that is also full. So that is full, this is full. That means it is only one. Purnamada. Purnamada means that beyond which is sense perception. And Purnamidam, that which is perceived by our senses. This is all Purna. Purna means full, full. Or there another language, full is here meant by Brahman. It is Brahman. Inside, outside, everything. And Purnat Purnam Adachyate. And Purnat, from the Purnam Udachyate. It has come out. It has become, everything has become charged with Brahman. And it is a manifestation of Brahman. So it is only one thing is there. That is which is behind, and that is which you see. It is saturated with that. It is a good meditation. You can everyday think like that, that who is me? It is my body is like a cup or a pot. And the pot is dipped into the waters. And feel that you are dipped into the Pacific Ocean. And your body is like a pot. And think, that which is beyond me, whatever is there, just in a meditation. Think to the east, to the west, to the north, which my mind cannot grasp, which I don't understand. Not the visible universe, invisible. The different planes in Hinduism they will call 14 heavens. Lower plane to the other plane. 14 good. And heaven or the level of reality which is deep below, and the world of reality which is above. So all filled with that Brahman. Feel that it is all, there is only one reality. That's the world, the ocean of love, joy, blessings, peace. And what is inside? Feel then inside the jar or inside the body, this is inside me. What is there? In my mind, in my body, in my senses. What thing permeates? It is only one thing permeates. And that is that consciousness. That is that bliss. So, and now, if you think that is all full, but still our mind may think that, okay, if I take away something, then what will happen? If from that infinite, you take away Purnam, even infinite thing you take out, it will remain infinite. That means infinite minus infinite. Here comes your mathematics. Infinite plus infinite, in the mathematics, it is called equal to infinite. It's totally a conception not of the sages, but of the mathematicians also. That which is within that limit, that full, infinite, plus infinite is equal to infinity. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. But 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. But this formula does not work with infinity. If you think that infinity is there, and you add some infinite to it, it remains infinite. That means you cannot add anything. And if you take out the infinite from infinite, then it remains infinite also. Infinite minus infinite is equal to infinite. So these ancient sages have understood that much deep in a deeper level. Now let us understand, what does it mean? Purnasya Purnam Adayo. If you take out the Purna, the full, out of that Purna which is already saturated with infinity. Meaning what? That means you see, as in the ocean, if you see that Purna, ocean is filled with water. It is unfathomable which is below. Now you think that visible ocean is what? What is our ocean? Visible? We see only the ripples, waves on the surface. Do we see with our eyes what is the ocean down deep? No. Therefore, this visible universe you see, it is great for us. The earth, the trees, the plants, the rocks, the mountains, the forest, the plants, animals, all these. What is this? It is the visible universe. Suppose you take out that visible universe. Suppose think all the waves you take out from the top of the Pacific Ocean. Will the Pacific Ocean be little less? It will remain the same. Of course, it is physically, you can say, something will be less in the Pacific Ocean. But in the infinite, Pacific Ocean is not infinite. Pacific is only a grain of sand in the conception of infinity. So even you take out whatever is there from this fullness, it will remain full. That means whether you have a body, whether you have not a body, whether the world remains, whether it goes into the void, that infinite does not change. And that infinite is you. That infinite is our divine nature. That is the subject matter. All the Upanishads. So this is a very important verse to remember and meditate. Purna, you can say, Om Purnam Ada. Purnam means full, Ada means that. And Purnam Idam, this whatever you see. You are sitting in your table, you are sitting on the desk, you are seeing the city, the town, or whatever, sky, stars, whatever you see, Ada. And no, you cannot see. These are all through the senses. So beyond that is Brahman, that is Purna, full. And whatever you see, these are also Brahman. Purnamada, Purnam idam, this, Purnat, Purnamudachyate. Say that all this thing is full, and it has become a manifestation of that fullness. And Purnasya, Purnam Adayo, from that Purna, if you take the Purna full out, Purnam eva avashishyate. Avashishta thake. Ki avashishta thake? What remains after the extraction of infinity? Infinite remains. Therefore, this is the truth. And 3 times we talk about Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Why? Because we are afflicted with 3 types of suffering in life. One type of suffering we call Adhyatmik. We call Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik. No? You have heard, many times you have heard these 3 words. What are the afflictions we are going through in our life? All types of suffering, pain, whatever we get, can be classified in these 3 divisions. One is Adhyatmik. I do something foolishly and I suffer for that. We say, it is my blunder, my mistake. That's why I am suffering. No? So you put your finger in the fire, or you are going inadvertently, fall down and break your arm. You cannot blame anyone. You say, this is my foolishness. I was going, I should be careful, but I did not. So it is adhyatmic. Let that type of suffering be gone from my life. Shanti. There be peace in that region, that if anything happens, it is my responsibility. And I have done, so nothing to repent. Okay. And we have to go above that suffering. Let there be no suffering which is committed by my own mistakes. Shanti. Second Shanti, Adhyatmic. This is Adhyatmic. Udhi Atma. Atma means this body here, not Parabrahma, not the Supreme Self. That which is concerned regarding your body and mind. You suffer. Many people, many of us suffer emotionally, mentally. It is mine. You give value to things, and that value gives you back into pain and agonies. You think that way, you don't think that way, then you are free. So this is called the first type. Second type is that Adi Adhyatmic, Adi Bhautik. Another creature, another person. I am totally innocent. But there are people who will push you and fell down and then give a scolding. You fool, you are trying to hit me. It's just the opposite. He is creating the trouble and putting the blame on you. So you feel, this I didn't do anything, and it is coming upon me. It's another bhuta. In Calcutta streets, if you go, there are dogs, barking dogs, and you are going in an isolated time, you will find from different corners, different dogs' jurisdiction. They come out and go, and then run after you and then give a bite. You are not doing anything. You are an innocent person walking in the streets, and the street dog came and just give a bite on your feet. And then you are in trouble. Oh my God, the dog bite, and go to hospital and take injection, and all these things started. It is not created by you. You are not responsible for this suffering. But suffering has happened. Suppose someone is walking or driving a car, and some irresponsible driver came and just hit you. You didn't do anything. But suffering comes. It is called Adi Bhautik, Bhuta. Another Bhuta, another entity, another Panchabhuta, anything in this material world, anything can cause your suffering. First, you cause your suffering, nobody to blame. Someone causes suffering, then let there be peace in that. Let that be, I can overcome that, and let my mind be soothed there. So it is Adi Bhautik. And Adi Doibik is like COVID has come. You are not doing anything, but just you are affected by the COVID. So many people are suffering because of that. Some people left the body. So that creates a suffering. The fire. We are in California. It is a fire zone. Day and night fire. And the clouded, it is so much, you cannot breathe even. And you have to just pack up your things and get ready to go to hotel or somewhere place. So you are not responsible immediately. We don't see that you have done anything wrong, that the fire has started in that corner. So this is called the Adi Doivik, Doiva. Doiva means some unnatural or natural phenomena, natural disaster, natural object which created this trouble. So this is 3 types of suffering we normally go through. And these 3 times we say Shanti, let there be peace. In there, let there be peace, which the trouble, to stop the trouble what I created. Let there be peace, that which others create for me. Let there be peace in that natural calamity and disaster, earthquake. That day we are feeling heavy earthquake here. No? So it is happening. Suppose some people are in a storm, cyclone, or Amphan, and all these things are all over the world. So it is not that somebody did personally to create those things, but it has happened and we become a victim. So these are the things. That's why Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So please remember this, and when you pray, think this way, that you are asking to the Almighty, let there be peace, that I don't make mistakes to create my suffering. I create my mind in a lofty level, there will be peace in my mind and body, so that outside difficulties may happen, but it will not bother me. And outside is more into the nature of calamity, disaster, which no human personality or animal created for me. But it has come and I become a victim of that. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now, this is Isha Upanishad. I think you can get a book nowadays. I do not know. Only listening will not do. You should be little serious, because I'm reading this book means you have to be serious. It is not that I do not know how to get a book. No, you know everything. Just to go online and find Isha Upanishad. There'll be all, even Bengali translation you can find. Just go type Isha Upanishad and find out. So if you not find out the book, English, Bengali, whatever you get, and just have a book. This is one of the grandest Upanishad, but it is also heartening that it has only 18 verses probably. Let me see. Yeah. It is shortest, but it is the 18 verses. It has got 18, 1-8. You can memorize these verses even. Not all. I will mention when I go on reading. So you think that we cannot meditate, our mind does not sit in God, my mind is distracted. You can think this Upanishad. Upanishads are not for reading. First to reading is we read because we try to understand. But it is more for manana nididhyasana. Vedanta says 3 things: Sravana, listening or reading. This you are listening now, but it is your reading. You take the book, you go to the verse, see word by word meaning, try to understand the meaning, and try to express yourself and how you get into the deeper idea of it. So it is called Sravana, then reflect on those verses. Suppose I have discussed this verse. It is not enough. You try to think what does it mean? What is Isha Upanishad is talking about? Purnamada, Purnamidam. We chant all the time. But if you go dive deep, you see the meaning becomes more transparent, clear. It is all, and it expands your consciousness. It expands your idea of reality, what you are and what you can be. So they're talking of our spiritual nature. That is every verse should hit us, take us to the ideal condition of our reality. So Isha Upanishad, 18 verses are there, and this is one of the major Upanishad. You can find in Rabindranath's life, this Isha Upanishad, the very first mantra, Isha Vashyam. It impacted in his life, tremendous impact. And Tagore's life, and also you can get the same benefit because it is so profound. Every day what to do in spiritual life, the very first verse will talk about that. Isha Vashyam. Isha Vashyam. Isha. Isha means Paramatman. Isha means the supreme reality. Vashyam means Achhadaniyam. Shankara says Vashyam is Achhadaniyam. Achhadaniyam means just to cover everything with Isha. What a grand idea. Look at anything. Cover it with God, with the supreme reality, Paramatman, Isha Vashyam. Jagatyam. And the first verse. So I am not going to give the history and there is when this book was written, this, that. With that history is not important. To understand the meaning of it and make our life fully established in the knowledge of the truth. That is the meaning of reading this book. So it is a part of Sukla Yajurveda. And it is smallest Upanishad, as I have said, with 18 verses. And it is very important because Shankara, the great commentator, only has commented upon 10 Upanishads. This is one of the 10, which gives its tremendous validity and importance. Because in the Upanishads, there are many Upanishads. Many are lost, the tradition is lost. Many have been destroyed by invasion and other time. But what remains, there are even maybe 200 or more Upanishads are available. But those Upanishads are not ancient like that, as is like Isha Upanishad. Upanishads, let me say, because you are reading Upanishad. Upanishad is what? Upanishad is that truth where you meditating and contemplating deeply when you come close to the reality. Upanishad. Upa means coming close. Coming close to that truth, what it does, nisheshe. Upa purvak, ni purvak, sadhatu ghang. Upa being close, ni meaning totally, nisheshe, totally. Shad, that destroys our ignorance, destroys our concept of suffering, pain, duality, whatever we are. So therefore, it is the thought that Upanishad is the cream of the Indian spiritual heritage. And it has changed the life of people all over the globe. Many great Western philosophers, they have been impacted by the Upanishads. So Upanishad actually takes us, removes our darkness, removes all our ignorance, and it helps us to come face to face with the truth. That is the Upanishad. And Isha, it is connected with Isha. Isha means Paramatma. Isha means Ishvara, he who controls. So that is the Isha Upanishad. So the very first verse is called, one verse is called Ishavashyam. Here, that's why the name of the Upanishad has come, Isha. Isha. First verse being Isha. It started with Ishavashyam idagam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagata tena tyaktena bunjitha Magvidha kasya siddhanam. That is the way they used to chant in the Vedic times. How these Upanishads have been preserved when human society never learned, even no script is available. How this Upanishad, the revelation in the hearts of the sages, we are getting this in the modern time. How it is continued is by only chanting, by only repeating this in a particular way, where this particular pronunciation should be so perfect. You cannot make it a long vowel short vowel long. It should be perfect. And that's why these students, even now, those who read the Upanishads, they chant. Chanting is very important. You can see there is a Mantra Puspam book, both in Sanskrit and in some small in Bengali also they have been brought out now. But it is original Sanskrit. This you will find there with a diacritical mark, where your voice should go up, where it should go down, where it should be short vowel, where it will be long vowel. So it should be pronounced perfectly. If you don't do, meaning will be altogether different. That's why people used to learn under a teacher. He learned from his teacher. And you cannot make a mistake. Half a letter you have to pronounce perfectly. So if I say, that's why I'm saying, look at me. Isha, E, two E are there. E in alphabet. Sanskrit alphabet, two E are there. E, or A. So this is a long vowel. E, oo. So you should have to pronounce long when it's a oo. The second one. Oo is the first one. Second one, long vowel. So similarly, here, Isha. If you say Isha, meaning is totally gone. Isha, Ishan. He who nurtures, controls, who actually regulates the whole universe. Bhashyam, that Paramatma who controls the universe. You have to Bhashyam means cover it. Bhashyam. So the tune is like that. Isha Bhashyam Idagam Sarvai. Actually Idang Sarvam, but the Vedic pronunciation gave this type. Idagam Sarvai Yat Kincha Jagatyam Jagata Tena Tyaktena Bunjitha Magridha Kashashit Dhanam. So what it means, let me go to word by word meaning of the verse number 1. It says Isha Vashyam. Isha means by Paramatma, Parameshwar. By him, Isha, third derivative. So it is by that Parameshwar, by that Supreme Lord, Isha Bhashyam. It is covered the whole universe with Bhashyam. It should be covered by that Isha. What does it mean? By the consciousness, by the ocean of consciousness, by the ocean of joy, ocean of bliss. Nothing but it is covered means, you cover means we are covering. Why? We are seeing the world. It is our sadhana, our spiritual practice. When we look at the world, it is to be felt that it is all covered with that reality. So, Satta Chaitanyabhyam Vyapyam, Sankara says. It is Vyapya means it is interpenetrated, it is permeated. Vyapya. Bengali, Vyapta. Chaitanya এবং সত্তার দ্বারা ব্যাপ্ত. English will be, it is interspersed and covered with existence and consciousness. That means also bliss. Satchidananda. Where there is Sat, there is Chit. And where there is Chit, there is consciousness. Three are to one. Three, they are not the adjective of Brahman. Normally we think Brahman is Satchidananda. We say Sat means existence, Chit means consciousness, Ananda means bliss. Satchidananda. No, it is not three things. It is one thing which we term in different language to make us understand, we who don't understand anything about that ultimate spirituality, to make us little glimpse of that idea. They are saying in the three aspects of the same reality. I give the example. Suppose you look at the bulb in your room. You see the bulb. Do you see? Yes. What is that? You say it is existence. Bulb exists, is it not? And bulb exists only. There is no light. Oh, there is light. So can you separate out with bulb and the light separate? Bulb is here, light is somewhere else. No. When the bulb is on, there is bulb. There is plus existence is there. Plus at the same time the light is there. And light is there. Is there any heat? Well, yes, heat is there. Well, I don't feel. Go on. Go close to the bulb and touch with your finger. So three things are not three. You say the bulb is on, meaning one idea, it contains there is the existence of the bulb. There is the manifestation of the bulb, light, effulgence, consciousness. And that is the heat, ananda. All three together. So similarly, what you see in this world, it is existence. It is not only existence, it is manifesting. That's the reality manifesting. Conscious part. And you touch anything, you taste anything, there is joy. Joy. If someone gives me some bitter melon, it is joy. Only sweets are joyful. Ice cream may be joyful. But it will be same. That if you give me some bitter gourd to eat, and that will be joyful. Well, no. A less joy, you call dislike. You dislike, you don't like. It is only less joy. But more joy, and more joy, then you say, yes, it is joy. But it is not the non-existence of joy, but non-existence of joy in a lower degree, we call I don't like. And that joy, when satisfy you and you go a little higher, then you say, I like it most. So sweetness is everywhere, less degree and more degree. But manifestation is where? Through your mind. Your mind is perceiving is less joy, it is higher joy. When you are in a good mood, you enjoy more sweetness in the world. When you are in bad mood, even the best friend comes, that cannot give us joy. When the best sweets is given to eat, it will not bring any pleasure. So, ananda is everywhere. Consciousness is everywhere. Reality is the thing, otherwise you cannot understand the objects here. So three things are together. Existence, and then consciousness, and the blissfulness. That's why we term Sat Chit Ananda. Or in another language you call Sattam, Shivam, Sundaram. These are the different ways of expressing the ultimate truth. So that truth is the Satchidananda. So Chaitanya, Satta Chaitanya Bhyam Vyapyam. Bhashyam, Shankaracharya translates. Bhashya means, what does it mean? You cover the entire universe. It is God exists. Satta. It is all manifestation of the consciousness. The ocean exists. And all the ripples and waves are what? It is a manifestation of the waves, means a manifestation of the ocean in name and form. Wind blows and ruffles the water on this top, and you see the waves and ripples. So it is said, Isha Upanishad, Shankara says that Jagatyam mane Prithibhyam, in this Prithivi, in this earth, Jat Kinchat, whatever. Jagat means, Shankara says, Nasharam Characharam Vastujatam. That which is Jagat, what is the Jagat means? We say this world, that's Sanskrit called Jagat. Hindi, Bengali, we all, even all Indian language, you understand Jagat. Jagat means this universe. But why it is Jagat? Shankara says, Nasaram Characharam Vastujatam. Nashar. It does not stay tomorrow the same. You see something today, you go to the garden and find a beautiful flower, it's just blossom. You go tomorrow, it will not be the same. Nasharam. It is not, tomorrow it does not stay. Every second it is changing. Nasharam Bostujatam. It is made of matter, 5 elements, no? Air, water, fire, etc. So that everything, idam sarvam, all these which has been jagat, has been changing every moment. You cover that bhasyam satta chaitanya vyaptam teno, because it is changing. Therefore, what you do, tyaktena bhunjita. Then you enjoy. How will you enjoy? If you want to enjoy something, it should be permanent. But by that time you try to enjoy, it is changed into something else. Today you love something, and tomorrow you will see the same thing will not appeal you anymore. A few days, newness is there everywhere in the material world for few days. That's why we say even heaven will be monotony. Every day, good meal, good food, and good sleep, and singing, dancing, and how long you will like it? Every day is good. And when you don't get, you get it, that's why you are happy. One day feast is good. Suppose feast item, 30 items every day, someone brings and food feeds you. So what will happen? Will you like the food anymore? So this is the same thing. Heaven also falls in this category, Jagat, because it is changing. It is not the same yesterday as it is now. And even if you get it, you will be not satisfied because it is taking another form. So, therefore, how to enjoy? Then, tena, because of that, tena hetuna, because of that cause, tyaktena bhunjita. You enjoy. You experience the bliss. How? By tyaktena, by renouncing. Oh my God, they are talking about renouncing. What to renounce? We'll have to renounce everything. And to go where? To the forest? No, that's not, don't take that meaning. Tag from your mind. You are attaching, your attachment. Give up that attachment. That is called tyakteno sannyasena. Sannyas mane? Tag, renounce, giving up. Giving up what? Thakur said that giving up lust and greed. Kama kanchan. So we'll have to give that up. If we want to get higher reality, we'll have to give the changing reality. So give up. When you look at anything in the world, don't think it is material only, but you try to think that it is that Brahman which is unchanging. So give up the material part, changing part, and hold on to the permanent part. What is called love in human life? Our love, if it's superficial love, I look good today and I become old tomorrow and nobody looks at me. Then I say, oh my God, I am abandoned. No? But if the love is there, if you see something inside, that love does not go. Whether you look good or look bad, you are sick or your face brightens or face does not. The love does not go away. So to give up that apparent name and form. But we are all stuck into the name and form outside. We praise a flower, how long? When the flower is just blooming, bright color, fragrance, no? And when after a few days, the same flower, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. And then what you do? Oh, it is old. Throw away. So people also throw away like us. We also throw away the world like that. That is called renunciation. Understanding that this, all the outside exterior is not permanent. It is only changing phase of it. let us find out what is unchanging. And that is God. That is Atman. That is Brahman. So you enjoy the world, but you do not know how to enjoy. Rabindranath Tagore, that's why, enjoyed the world. Seeing the objects of the world, he used to see the divine. Seeing the little, he used to see the infinite. Shimar maje ashim tumi majao apun sur. God is playing his sur, tune, note, music of infinite reality. Infinite music is going on. But we are limited with the sima, limitation. And our joy, our life becomes very painful. So this verse teaches that this you want to enjoy bhogam kuru. Teno tyakteno. Thinking that it is covering it with God. It is God in name and form. Seeing that tyakteno bunjita bhogam kuru. You enjoy. You experience sarvang bhagyang tad adhinang bhavaye. So all joy is coming from that joy of the spirit, joy of that Brahman, joy of the Atman. Magridha, then you should not desire for anyone's riches, anyone's wealth, prosperity, name, fame, beauty, because these are all changing. Don't go in that direction. Rather, you cover it with that consciousness of God or consciousness of Satchidananda. Sarvang sarvasya paramashara adhinatvat kasminna pidhane kasyapi sattang nastiti bhava. Because everything belongs to Parameshwar. There is nothing but Parameshwar. There is nothing but the ocean. Don't get attached to anything which is changing aspect of it. So this is the idea. What it means, that it emphasizes that in life we will have to give up the impermanent. Main thing that Vedanta is teaching. Love everything, but love what is eternal, what is permanent. Ignore that which is changeable. So all our life's philosophy should be centered around that. That your love should be Jaggavalko, Maitri Sangmad. There they talk about that whom you love. You do not love anything in the world if there is no presence of the Atman. Husband does not love the wife because of the wife, but for the Atman. Wife does not love the husband because of husband, but because of the Atman. So the same indication. All the Upanishads are pointing out to the same truth. No one loves money and wealth because of money and wealth, because there is Atman in that money and wealth. People love name, fame, power, position. It is not for that, but there is the presence of my own reality. Atman means yes, my own reality. So try to see the Atman pure, which is all pervaded, and don't look at the thing which is changing, which is superficial. Cover everything with the divine idea. That's why in all our simple languages we say that God is in everyone's heart. Love God. You are doing anything, Karma Yoga ideal, you are serving God through your offering, through your anything you are doing whole day. Who you are serving? You are serving God in that. Who is in you? He is also sitting in your heart. He who is sitting in your heart is sitting there. We are saying sitting means as if one man is sitting over here, another man is sitting over there. It is not that. That we mean that same consciousness, same awareness, same bliss which is here at the background of me, the same is behind everyone. So let us penetrate our idea and deepen our thought process into that reality upon which this entire outside world is standing. Like, let us look down deep into the ocean, not on the surface of the, what we call the ripples and bubbles and foams and waves. And so our action, this Isha Upanishad telling that this, just you turn your attitude by renounce the things, by giving up the attachment, a new perspective of life. Whatever you see, feel that I am seeing the same ocean water, only in this ripple, in this form. So Isha Bhashyam, Idagam Sarvam, whatever comes in your mind, in the physical level, in the mental level, in the intellectual level, in this world, heavenly world, wherever you go, these are not permanent. It is not Jagat. In this Jagat, in this world of changes, everything is all changes. But what is that unchanging? So that, hold on to that. Jagatyam Jagat, Tena Tyaktena Bhunjita. Then you enjoy. Who enjoyed the world more? Like Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna, wherever he goes, he is all the time happy. Anywhere in life, wherever Sri Chaitanya is happy everywhere. Christ is everywhere happy for himself. Because he is happy. And our happiness, in 24 hours, if we calculate, then what will say? That how long that happiness? It is only limited. No? And a whole day, if we divide our time, then we'll find that 90% of our time we are unhappy. Because we don't know how to enjoy life. We live with the petty things, with the object. We give too much value to what has happened today. Little ripple, little wave. And I make it 1 day's issue, 2 days issue, 10 days issue, 1 year's issue. And suffer. And here he's saying, no, don't pay attention to the trifles of life. Look at the background upon which all this play is going on. It is the God's play going on. Cover everything with God. Atman is here in the heart of everyone. God is there. Look at that. When that God manifests through a rough mind, then the mind becomes, you see, we call it bad guy. When that purity manifests through a pure mind, we call he's a sadhu, he's a holy man, he's a saint. There is no distinction between a holy and unholy, except in the clouded nature of the mind. If the mind is clean, by renouncing, we have to learn ourselves how to live in the world, how to enjoy life. This is giving the path to enjoyment. If this verse, we say, Isha Upanishad is nothing but the teaching to enjoy life, then many audience will come. So we only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 or 13 people I am seeing. But if we say, how to enjoy life, come, how to enjoy life, then hundreds and thousands will come. But we do not know how to enjoy. All the nightclub or the day club or drinking, eating, sleeping, going on, music, art, literature, everything. So finding joy. But who is getting joy? But this is the path to get joy, because nalpe sukhamasti, there is no happiness in that limited, because everything limited. Changes happen in the limited. In the infinite, as we said, Purnam Ada. If you see, it is all permeated by one consciousness. The where to lose, what to get, it permeates in you and in me, and that is our real nature. So joy becomes eternal joy. Seeing the divine in everything, seeing that Isha, that Paramatman, everywhere, in the heart of us, in the outside, inside. So that is the teaching of the Isha Upanishad. So we can end here, unless you have any question. If you have any question, raise your hand and then put it.
Yeah, I think Maharajji, we will have basically Devi to ask me one question, and after that maybe Partha has one question. So I will ask Devi to probably ask a question, please.
Swamiji, thank you so much for being with us tonight. My question is just very easy. Do you have a certain translation or commentary that you are reading from that we should look for?
It is, I think I am trying to giving you this Shankara's commentary and translation. Yes, there are. You can, Swami Gambhirananda, it will be difficult. You can find a book on Sarvananda, Sarvananda. Sarvananda. Sarvananda, it is published by Madras Mott. I do not know, you may find online. I have not tried myself. Online, you write Sarvananda Isha Upanishad. There are small books of many Upanishads they have done like that. Why not series? You find out series, find out whether we can get it online. Sanskrit series or something there is there with English translation you can find. You will find many things based on Sankara. And then, okay, anything? Or you can order also to our Vedanta catalog here. Just write a letter that if you can give me a Isha Upanishad by Sarvananda translation. Sarvananda. Very, very, very small book, thin book, but it has given word by word meaning and it's running translation and is based on Sankara's commentary. Anyone?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Namaskar Maharaj, it was a wonderful talk today. Really learned a lot. I have the book by Swami Gambhirananda.
Oh, yeah.
But I definitely, it is one of the most difficult book because I think he's talking from a very high pedestal. So, but it is wonderful, you know. He has also given each word the English translation, the way it is pronounced in Sanskrit. So that's, but I think I never knew that Isha Upanishad is such a profound Upanishad, and this is one of the extremely, as you said, this is nothing but it is in true sense that it is an Upanishad which tells us how to be happy, how to become truly happy. So I'm very glad that I had this opportunity to hear and listen to you.
Always if you read little ahead, I'm saying, but take a serious reading. You may not read 108 and 10 Upanishads. You need not. You at least say that I have read one Upanishad with 18 verses. Our life is so big. How many years old we are now? And to read only 18 verses. Is it so difficult?
No.
Even 18 are not all to be read. There are certain complicated areas you can avoid them. But for our general understanding, when it comes to karma and other things, that is little difficult. That's why you said that Shankara's explanation somewhere it is difficult. That because that time Shankara has to face many challenges. When he came, you have to understand the condition of India was mostly based on Buddhistic influence, as also the karma kandis. Vedas, we can talk, you can start this question next time, we can talk about that to create the background of this Shankara's commentary. When he came, he has to face two challenges. One big opponent force is that karma kanda. And another opponent force is Buddhism. Buddhism, not the real Buddhism, but the decadence of Buddhism. And in that period, they are not like Buddha, what Buddha said. Go straight to the truth. I want to find the truth. But they become great logicians. And they say this whole world is nothing but void. Anything, and they don't practice spiritual discipline. But only intellectually they are happy if they can defeat someone in debate. So that was a very worst period of time when Shankara came to revive the Vedic religion. That was his advent. And Karmakanda means, their Vedas are divided into one segment called Karmakanda, and the next segment is called the Jnanakanda. Karmakanda is what? You perform this yajna, sacrificial fire, and if you can perfectly do as the Vedas say, you will achieve the goal of this action. What is the action? You will go to heaven. You can be Indra, you can be God Varuna. Then that means it is all another material world. This world, the finer world of achievement. How? Here people do by charity, doing something. Leaders become leader because by their showing their action. In Vedic time they say, you do perform one yajna and perfectly done. As a result, output, it will take you to that higher plane. And when your karma is over in that higher plane, you enjoy the bliss of that, then you come back again. So this is karma kanda. But the karma kanda says, forget about ultimate truth, Brahman Atman. These are all useless talk. What is needed? I want to go to be happy and joyful by my karma. So I will be king here, I will rule the world, I will have this wealth and prosperity and this. Yajna can be done for any material gain and also celestial gains. But that is not the goal. Goal is not to go to heaven, as I said. But goal is to realize who we are, our divine self, absolute self, where we become one with our essential nature. And in that nature, we feel that it is all the time perfect peace, perfect joy, and non-ending joy. That's called what Ramakrishna showed us in Samadhi, going to Samadhi. So he has to bring all the argument against the karma kandis and also all these logic which the Buddhists used to bring. He has to counteract them, then to establish Vedanta. Saying Vedanta, Ramakrishna said, reading the books are not good, not important, but God realization is the goal of life. So some people will say, what? I am a good person. What I need God? In this country and in India also, people will say, I am a good person. I do so much charity. I feed people. I go for the supper. When I hear someone is difficulty, I go to help. But that's all. Why I am to be religious? Why do I have to meditate? Why I shall have to do other things? That's enough for me. Yes, that will give certainly much better result than a person who is selfish, is selfless. But that selflessness only will not give you the eternal joy. You do good to someone, and when criticism comes from that, you see how you feel. You gave your heart, soul, money, wealth for someone, and you get a blow from that side. It's a reality of life. Then they learn, I did so much good work. I did so much. I am such a gentle person. But see what the world is giving. You get disgusted. Where you go? Some people get into frustration. Ramakrishna met Isha Chandra. Isha Chandra was such a person. So much charity. Is anything for all, for the widow, for the hungry, for those students who have no education. So and Ramakrishna went to see him. And he said, he's in his heart as if gold is covered with some little covering. Why? He is absorbed in doing good to others. But doing good to others is not only the goal of life. To realize who you are and to see the same who is in me, is everywhere, that is the goal of life. And that's why, you read the gospel and you see that portion where Ramakrishna met Ishwar Chandra and the conversation. So anyhow, so the point is that's why this Shankara's book, the book you are referring to, Swami Gambhirananda Maharaj. Those who want to very intellectually understand everything, read Swami Gambhirananda Maharaj. Deborah, you can find also another book if you want to really love very hardcore analytical discussion. Then you will find the argument against the people who are performing jagna and other things as the goal of life, and also fight against this your Buddhistic idea. Ultimately, there is nothing truth. There is all void. Why are you talking about this? And their argument, cross argument. It is like a very troublesome thing for the brain. But your brain will be clear. So, okay, thank you. Anything more?
Yeah, I think Maharaj, maybe
but my point is that I will not be satisfied to see only few faces and all are out, and I don't see the face even, and they are not serious. So if you do not see, I will not spend my time. Be serious. Give me feedback that really you want it, then I will do. So otherwise, in the name, we will be here and see. Let me see how many participants. 18 participants here, whole of Austin. It is not a good sign. And online. Now it is online 18. So online should be 100. Why not? 1 hour time to listen to this and have a book, and it is your asset. We are talking about not for anyone. You are reading yourself. You will be happy that I read the Upanishad. And 1 month time is there. Meditate on this verse 1 month. Take the book, read word by word meaning, try to understand the meaning, and then go on, and then question will come. Why question does not come? Because you have not given the thought yet. If you want to give, if I could have made it more complicated, then you'll say, what is that? What is that? I don't want to make complicated because I don't understand complication. So it is simplification is that the all pervaded consciousness, and that is Satchidananda, and that is embedded everywhere in the name and form we see. It is the same water we see. So it is the truth only there. And I am to see that truth, cover that the world. When you are walking today onward, you can see I am putting my feet on what? The ground I am seeing. Is it ground or it is Satchidananda? You're touching your table, desk. It is wood or it is that Isha, that Paramatma. Shankara, the Rishi says, Bhashyam, cover it. Feel that is interpenetrated with that consciousness. So feel God. The 1 verse is enough for spirit. So 1 month task is there, and I'll see how many of you are really doing, see on all these blank things and no one is coming. So find that it becomes meaningful. Okay. Thank you so much. And very glad to see you all. Jai Ma, Mother bless you. God bless you. Rai Ram. Achha, 4:30, remember next month.
4:30, yes.
Last
4:30, I will.
Last Friday, instead of 5, 4:30. Okay?
4:30, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Bye to you. Okay, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Thank you, Jai Ma, Jai Ma.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Sabaike. Our namaskar neven, all my salutation to all of you. Jai Ma.